So today I kind of want to talk about like where I am in the process of getting my book published, basically, right? So right now I just finished one of the drafts where I feel like right now I'm confident where I am plot wise, and so now I'm working on. I have some working titles that I'm going through. I got like 4 or 5 that like I'm kind of leaning towards out of like 10 that I originally had, and right now I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one to go with. Sorry about that. So I'm figuring out which one's the best one to go with, and after I figure out the title, that's where I focus on going hitting up my cousin who has a friend that's does really good artwork. Hit him up to hit her up, and get the cover done. After that, that's when it's like the real nitty gritty, and then it gets very specific where when I do what I do for the next drafts. So now that I'm done with the plot wise, figure out the title, and then get the cover uh, working. So like she starts work as soon as she starts working on it, I start focusing on the next draft, which is going to be very character specific, where I start to flesh out the characters a lot more. And I'm probably going to start off with the main character and make sure his who how I portray him is exactly how I want him to be, because there's still a little bit of iffy parts. I'm really going for like a high IQ kind of low EQ kind of character, and then I'm gonna do that for almost every character, just a whole draft solely focusing on fleshing them out and getting a better understanding of who I want them to be character wise and stuff like that, and just make sure that one they don't get too redundant, too boring, or and make sure like they develop well throughout the story and they just aren't the same from beginning to end. Other than like a select few that will have plot wise have to be the same from beginning to end, but that's a whole other thing. And then after that, after the character one, which is about gonna be like at least 5 or 6 drafts of just going through specific characters, making sure their dialogue, the way they respond to certain dialogue lines, is exactly how I want it to be. And then after that, I am going to focus on just being more eloquent. Well, not eloquent. All right. So after that, I need to focus on there's some parts that I feel are a little redundant in the story. Just because I get a little too specific where like things should be implied, and I go a little too heavy hand on it. So that needs to get fixed. And then add more character details. That way people could visualize the characters a little bit better. Because I was saying that part for last. And then after that, it's just making sure everything is visualized the way I want it to be visualized. So it's just gonna be a bunch of stuff of just a bunch of edits basically about where I want the characters to be, and especially the main character, because I feel like there's some I need to flesh him out a bit more, because I know exactly how I want him to be, and he's acting the way I want him to be. It's just I need it to be a little more. The subtleties of his character need to be emphasized a little bit more, and then his group of friends, I feel a lot of them are a little too similar, not fleshed out enough. So that's just what those drafts are just gonna be focusing on them. And then I also need to focus on trying to make sure the king doesn't look like a completely useless person. And I promise you, in the first draft, it was so bad how useless he was. So I need to not flesh him out a little bit more, just make him do more background things to make it seem like he's actually doing something, instead of just sitting around letting all the other characters do basically everything. So that needs to get tweaked a little bit. But other than that, and so 6 drafts specifically on characters, draft on draft to make things more less redundant, because less heavy-handed on a lot of things, and then a draft to kind of add more details to the characters, and then my friends over there focusing on getting a little new iPad because he's hand drawing the map right now, and then his iPad broke, so he's gonna then draw it on his iPad to have a little map in the beginning of the book, just to have everybody get a better general idea of the landscape of just the world that the characters are in. Just kind of helps visualize everything more, And that's about it, because chapters wise, like plot, I don't think I'm gonna need to add or take out any more chapters anymore. So now it's just kind of like just fleshing everything out. So after that, it's gonna be like a total of 10 drafts basically, and then I'm gonna go see how, go try and get it published, go to a publishing company and all that, and just submit my work and all that stuff. So that's kind of just where I am now. So I just wanted to give everybody like a little heads up, and like just kind of inform you where I am, because it's supposed to be like a journey of me getting published. So I just wanted to little checkup basically, yeah. A little checkup to show everybody exactly where I am. So yeah, that's it, and don't forget to like and subscribe.